Hey y'all, I'm Val from Our Forever Farm, and today we're making a fire roasted salsa. It's so easy. This is not part of it. Well, a little bit is, but I wanted to show you just what I got out of my garden today. I got bell peppers, lots of bell peppers, 2 plants is all I planted. I got squash, yellow squash, it's just starting to come back in, and okra. I just love it. I'm so proud of it, but I just had to show y'all that. Anyway, we're making fire roasted tomato salsa. It's really easy. So I'm really into easy things right now. It's beginning to be fall, and I like to make things ahead. This is a salsa you can make ahead. So I'm going to tell you real quick what we're using. Since our tomatoes are almost gone, I do have a few tomatoes that somebody gave me, and I've got some green tomatoes on the vine. But since our tomatoes are almost gone, this is something we can use in the winter. I don't know about you, but I don't buy tomatoes in the grocery store in the winter, off season. They're horrible. They're just horrible. If I buy any for a salad, it'll be the little cherry tomatoes, and that's all. But you can use this. So it doesn't have to be fire roasted, but let's see if I can get this turned around. I love fire roasted tomatoes. And when I have fresh tomatoes, I roast them in the oven with olive oil and salt and pepper. And that's what they've done along with canning it. So, I mean, it's the next best thing if you don't have tomatoes. So I'm just using my little Ninja blender, and I'm going to pour these tomatoes, juice and all, in here. Oh my goodness, I might have to get my bigger Ninja. Let me get it. I didn't think about this, but I doubled the recipe. The blade might be important. The blade in here. I doubled the recipe. So if you did a single recipe, it would fit in one of these, but I'm doubling it. So I am making chicken enchiladas, a quick version of chicken enchiladas, and this is for our meal tomorrow. And so I'm going ahead and getting the salsa ready. So we're going to use lime. We're going to use jalapenos, and those are from Taco Bell. I don't have any jalapenos on my plants, but I have hot pepper, so I could use that. I always save it because I never eat all of them, but I always get a cup of peppers. They're sliced and ready to go. Makes it convenient in the winter. A lime. Did I say lime? I'm using a little tiny bell pepper that had fell off my plant. One of the limbs broke, and I thought, I'm going to go ahead and use that. This is cilantro out of my garden. I love having cilantro in my garden. An onion. And I guess that's it. Yep, that's it. So we're just going to add it all in here. So why am I using this green pepper? Sometimes I use green peppers in my salsa if I don't want a hot salsa. Now, these tomatoes are just roasted. They don't have any peppers in them or anything like that. So, come on, pepper. It's kind of flimsy because the limb broke and it kind of fell on the ground. And I sure didn't want to waste it. So, get those membranes and get those out of there. So I'm going to go ahead and add this bell pepper in here. You can add anything you want in this salsa. So I am going to cut the lime. We want 1 lime. We want the juice of 1 lime. And honestly, because I doubled the recipe, we might want the juice of 2 limes. Let's see. I think I can get some more out of that. A little bit. Yeah, we may want to get another lime out. I like to use this because you don't have to worry about seeds. So we'll taste of that in a minute and see if we need another lime. So next, I just picked my cilantro like this. You could get it in the grocery store fresh and keep it in the refrigerator. You can chop it up if you want to. And I just strip it off the little stems. There's another way that I've saw to do it, and I'm going to do a tips video one day, and I'll show you how I do that. It's using a grater. You've probably saw it. But I'm just just getting the leaves off of that. And if you do get stems, it's not going to hurt anything. The food processor is going to chop it all up. So this is just the way I do it most of the time. Like I say, if you do get stems, it's okay. In fact, let's just take that big one out. I love cilantro. Now, people have a love-hate relationship with cilantro. Some people like it in their salsa or Mexican food, and some people don't like it. Some people like it in certain dishes and then don't like it in Mexican, or vice versa. And I like it. I love it, actually. I love it in everything. Guacamole, everything. Fresh cilantro. Oh my goodness, that smells so good to me. And if I see any big stems, I'll just chop it up. Now, this is my jalapenos from Taco Bell because I don't have a jalapeno. And sometimes I don't put jalapeno in it. It's according to who's eating this, but I'm eating it tomorrow, so I'm going to throw those in. And then I'm going to chop up this onion, and I'm going to put the whole onion in it because it's going to make it really good. And yes, I know Sweet Hunter doesn't like onions, but I'm telling y'all, he eats them all the time. And so, you can say you don't like something, but you eat them all the time. And it's not because he doesn't have a choice. Because if he said, Val, I don't want onions in my salsa, I wouldn't put onions in my salsa. But if you can go to the Mexican restaurant and you can eat them, and it's got them in there. And this blender, it will chop these onions up so good. So I'm trying to get this big piece off here because it's got a few little black spots on it. And I'm going to help the food processor. I'm going to help. Let's say that again. I'm going to help the food processor out just a little bit and just chop these in bigger pieces and throw them in there. Onions, cilantro. Oh my goodness gracious. Even if you don't have fresh tomatoes, you can have a good salsa, and this will make one. Now, I don't know if you watched my last video. I made a payday candy bar, a copycat, and I used this salt. It's a flaky white sea salt, and I love it. And so I'm going to just sprinkle it in here, and we will adjust the seasoning. You can put pepper in there too if you want it. So let's go over and do the blender. Let's get it all set up. So it pays to get the arrow right there. I love my Ninja. This is a great food processor. Great. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to just puree this. And it might help if you plug it in, Val. I do that all the time. Closer to see this. Oh my goodness. This right here is exactly the way I love it. So I'm going to scrape those sides down and get that goodness in there. And then I'm going to taste of it and see what we need. Oops. I know. I use the same spoon. I'm sorry. A lot of people don't like that. It's just me and Sweet Hunter. We're good. Sorry about that. That is delicious. But, you know me and my salt. I love salt. Flaky sea salt is delicious. Sorry about the spoon. I usually try, even though it's going to be us, I usually try to get a new spoon. But I didn't, and it is what it is. So, nobody else is eating it but us. I think this is going to be perfect. And yes, I'm using the same spoon. Let me just show you. This is the way I love it. But you can puree it like more if you like liquid. So, everything in here is perfect. Now, if it's not I will tell you it's not. Okay, I taste a little bit of heat, but not too much. So you can use any pepper in your salsa. You do not have to use jalapeno. Jalapeno is just the thing that everybody uses. Yes, I know I'm adding more salt. It's just a me thing. But like I have banana peppers outside that's hot, and I could have used them, but I had those Taco Bell pickled jalapenos, and I have pickled jalapenos in here if I'm in a pinch. That's always good to have. I have my cowboy candy. You could use that in there. That would give it a little sweet. And some people do put sugar in this, you know. That might be a good thing. Let me get some. So I just thought, I don't want it really sweet, but I want to make sure that it's got the right balance of everything. As you can see, it was like a fourth of a teaspoon, maybe a fourth. You don't have to pulse that much at all. We're not chopping anything up now. We've already done that. This is delicious. I'm going to make chicken enchiladas with this. I'm putting this in the refrigerator. The longer it sits in the refrigerator, the more those tomatoes and the cilantro and the onions and the jalapenos and the bell pepper, all that will just marry together. And I'm telling you, it'll be good salsa. So in the winter, you can still have good salsa if you don't have fresh tomatoes. Because I'm telling you, you don't want to use a tomato out of the grocery store. I'm telling you. Unless it's a little tomato. Unless it's a little tomato, a little cherry tomato. I can deal with that. So if you want more heat, you can add cayenne pepper. That would be good. Sweet Hunter and I don't like it really, really hot. I like a good jalapeno. I love the pickled jalapenos in salsa, but I also like the fresh too. You also could make a meal out of this and brown some ground beef and add it to your salsa. Oh my goodness, some shrimp. Oh, I'm getting hungry. So if I hadn't already planned the chicken enchiladas, I would probably be doing that. But right now, I'm making this ahead for tomorrow. I'm putting it in the refrigerator, and we'll see you then. I may make the chicken enchiladas. They're a quickie version of my chicken enchiladas. I may make them just so you can see how I do it tomorrow. Hey, I may even make them today. I have everything done for tomorrow. Then I can work my garden and play with my chickens. I almost started pouring it without y'all on here. This is going to make a good snack for me right now. Look at that. Don't that look delicious? If you like it less juicy, just drain your tomatoes in your can. So my favorite way to eat salsa is not necessarily with chips, but with a tortilla. And yes, I just stuck it in the microwave, and I'm going to get a little bowl for this. But I love to eat just a warm tortilla. When we go to a Mexican restaurant now, we ask for tortillas. And there's one Mexican restaurant here in town that actually makes homemade tortillas. We're going to make them one day. Not today. But this is the way I love to eat. Cheese dip, salsa, whatever you want. I can make a meal. When I go to this one restaurant in town, oh my goodness, I order fresh guacamole made at the table, salsa and cheese dip. Me and one of my son-in-laws, we share. It's delicious. I'm telling you, that's perfect. Delicious. This is a meal for me. I'm full. No supper tonight. Now, the whole purpose of showing you this quick salsa, number one, was to show you that you don't have to have fresh tomatoes. If it's fall, winter, if your garden's over with, you can buy canned tomatoes or use your canned tomatoes. If you do have fresh tomatoes, roast them in olive oil, salt, and pepper before you make your salsa. It's just delicious. Number 2 is don't buy tomatoes in the grocery store. I'm sorry to all the grocery stores that I'm saying this. They are not good, and that's the truth. Tomatoes in the grocery store in the fall, in the winter, are not good. They're shipped green in boxes. I mean, that's the truth. They ripen most of the time in boxes. It takes them forever to ripen. The meat inside of the tomato is not good. I would rather have a can of tomatoes from the store shelf and make this myself. This is delicious. I'm telling you, there's not a salsa that I've ever eaten that's better than this. And like I say, if it needed something or if it wasn't good, I promise you it won't air, or I will tell you. This is delicious. Oh my goodness. Warm tortilla. And I don't care if they're store-bought. Homemade is the best though. That's delicious. Y'all, if you like salsa, you're going to love this. Y'all go cook something.